Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Catalina Destination Series 18 RDL. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking this. Main thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Okay. Yours is all going to be located over here on the off-camp side. Power just in front of your tires and your city water connection in front of that. Once we get parked, first thing we do is level our unit. It has a hand crank level. Crank it to the right to bring it up, to the left to bring it down. Stick a level on that tongue. Once it's level, next thing you're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these scissor stabilizing jacks. Before running them down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks, keep them from sinking into the hot black top, better distribute the weight. Grab a 4-pack of those from our store, put them down underneath these, and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, we just want to stabilize it. So once it feels like it's going to start lifting the unit, or if you have any resistance on the hand crank, that's when you go ahead and stop. Get all 4 of them down. In the front. In the rear a little higher. Get all 4 of those down, we can hook up our power and water. Got a big long 50 amp power cord here. Plugs in here on the side. Green light means you've got power. So these go in at about 10 o'clock. Then you turn them to noon and then put this black washer on. Now in your convenience pack will be a 50 to 30 amp dog bone, they call them. And then a 30 to 50 amp, push this bell here, 30 to 15 in case you need to plug into a 110 somewhere. Get your power hooked up, let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, a water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use these because you don't know what the water pressure is at the campsite. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Go ahead and turn that hose on. Then I want you to go inside, open up all of your water lines, your sinks, your showers. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off and you're all set to camp. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. In that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Just gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it up. Make sure you don't all fill it up, overflow it. Once it is full, put that cap back on, and then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hook the city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp with power and water. Go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Starting here on the off-camp side with our hot water heater. This door will come right up off here. Lean it back. Right in there is where you'll turn it to just below max. Then you'll set your, once this is full of water, you go ahead and set your temperature indoors. There is a little thumb screw down there. In the winter, if you want to loosen that up and just let the little bit of residual water that is inside these lines out, they won't freeze up in winter. Stabilizing jacks, our black and gray tanks, we'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. Sewage and wastewater. City water connection, then our power, freshwater fill. Here's where you plug in your cable at the campsites. Down below that, gonna be our freshwater drain. Right up underneath there, that white one, if you can get to it. If you see it. Flue for your furnace, a few things on that. 1, make sure it's never blocked. 2, if you are running your furnace, steer clear, but it does get hot. And 3rd, we sell bug guards to put on these. Good investment. Stabilizing jacks, our big porch. Removable steps. Oh yeah, you push in on that and that will release that on each side. Off campsite, you got a leash link. Which one? Have your pet outside. If you do put a TV out here, there is cable and 110 for that. You got an outdoor shower. This is where your handle for your shower can sit in. Quick connect LP right there for outdoor grilling. Black tank flush, we'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. And then our low point drains. Give you a good access door here to your water pump for winterizing. Your propane does come with a cover. Has a regulator. Lefty loosey to open, point it toward the tank you wish to be using, or an automatic crossover in the middle. I like going one tank at a time, that way I know how much gas I've got. Battery post, check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose going down the road. And lastly, outside here is your battery disconnect. That would disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide propane detector. Well, it covers everything out here. Let's take a look on the inside. Alright, coming up in the unit here. First thing I want to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows where the fire extinguisher is in case of an emergency. Heading right inside. Over here to the left is a bunch of lighting. Turn that on. I'm going to bring this up. That's actually your screen for your TV, which we'll talk about in a minute. Curtain in the meantime. You've got a storage sofa here that also becomes your dinette. Lift that up, pull it towards you. Soft close on that. Your bed will also, or your sofa will also fold out into a bed. Simply remove your back cushions. You'll move this ladder, move your table, lift up on the front of this, pull it out towards you, fold these legs down. Do that quickly, put the back down, and you've got a bed. Putting it back, make sure you lift the back up first, otherwise you can damage your sofa. Lift the front back up. Folding your legs in, jackknife this down, return your cushions, and get back to a sofa. Behind your recliner here, it's going to be your JBL sound system. There's a remote for that. AM, FM, Bluetooth, dual zoned, indoors and out, or both. Below that, breaker box and fuses. You've got a ton of 15s in there. Highly recommend having fuses with you when you go camping. Around the corner from the fuses is your carbon monoxide propane detector. That's 12 volt, which means it's always running off your battery. So if you're out dry camping, you think that's going to run your battery down while you're gone for the day, use a battery disconnect to keep that from running your battery down. You have a remote here for your max air vent. Turn that on. It should open. Next to that, 110. Here is for your fan. 1 is low, 2 is high. Charging port next to that. Get in here and read your manuals. Plumbing. Keep an eye on your plumbing. If you travel a lot in this, if you don't put it down somewhere, access panel is right there to your plumbing. Just make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. We got the convection microwave. Definitely want to read your Manual on that. Down below here, knob lights and oven light. Turn that to high. Press it in. That's how you light all these up. Same thing on the oven. Turn it to your flame. Press it in. Get that spark lit. Your pilot, look down there, make sure it's lit, and then turn it to your desired temperature. Shower door you want snapped open for travel. There's a little lock here. Keep that from bouncing open during the road. This is going to be where you turn on your hot water heater when hooked to gas. Make sure your tank is full first, and then just set it to your desired temperature, which you'll figure out by turning it on and off. In here we got your 110 with GFCI reset. Bunch of lighting here. When you arrive at the campsite, flush and put a few gallons of water down into your black tank. Your black tank will thank you later. You don't want to put solid waste into a dry tank. Another door to have snapped open so this don't bounce on you up and down the road. Safety strap for your fridge. Big GED residential fridge. GE residential fridge. Alright, so the most important thing, read your manuals on these, but the most important thing on your dishwasher and your washer and dryer, if you read that attention right there, it does, neither one of those go into a tank. So if you had a full hookup, open up your tanks while go ahead and running this. Open up your lines because it's going to run down into your lines but not into a tank. So make sure they're open up into something. If you're not at a full hookup, make sure you have something that the water is draining into. Or don't use them until you're at a full hookup. Continue over here. Got our thermostats. One's for AC. Crank them up real quick. One AC up front, and then here's our other one. Get that on cool. Keep cycling right past it. Cool. I'll crank the other AC up. And shut them off. Circle through to off. Around the corner here is where we'll check the levels of our battery, fresh black and gray tanks, interior lighting, and here's where you turn on your water pump to get your fresh water. Shut this other AC off. There we go. This is solar controller panel. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panel from overcharging your batteries. Just heading upstairs real quick. Set for a TV here. Going over to the other side. Lighting up here. We got a big screen door. And a fireplace. That about covers everything in here. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. First thing I like to do is shut off my interior lights. Now I see all the other lighting that's on. It's individual lighting I need to walk through and shut off myself. Turn this light back on. Let's do your TV here real quick. Alright, so this is your projection TV. This is your remote. We'll turn that on. Your screen is going to be the big curtain here. So you just go through and follow the prompts. It's going to ask you to set everything up on here. It'll give you a choice of, show you how good this looks in here with these lights off. So again, You'll go through, follow the instructions, add a network, choose your entertainment, etc. So again, this curtain is your TV. Alright, now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Everything that you want to secure for travel is secure. Shut off our interior lights. Exit the unit. Again, to remove these steps, simply press in on each side. It will lift right up, go in for storage. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come on over here underneath our fresh water. Get up underneath there and open up that freshwater drain. And head on home or to the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, we'll unhook our power, our water, our cable. Hook up our hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is almost at the very rear of the unit on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Excuse me, it's going to be to the very front of the unit from towing standards. The 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Arrive and hook that up, the other end into the dump, and pull your black handle. That's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tanks. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out, leave that black handle open, grab the hose at the dump station, and hook it up over here to this black tank flush. Again, emphasizing leaving that black handle open. Termination valve pulled open. Turn that on, let it run for a good 5 minutes and wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. After a few minutes, remove that hose. Make sure all that washout water you just put in there has drained. Then you can pull your black, close your black, and pull your gray. That's going to be cleaner water. It's your sinks and your showers. Usually while those are going, I'll go ahead and go around and dump my low point drains. When we're done, come back over here. Gray's done. Close that up. Take your sewage hose, store it somewhere convenient and sanitary, and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Catalina for many years to come. Happy camping.